A Christian Testimony. Multiple sclerosis, triumphing over life's challenges by faith in Jesus Christ. Part 1 of 4. A story of victory in spite of many obstacles, including death of friends and multiple sclerosis. An audio testimony presented by https://thebiblerevival.com and https://breadsite.org.
Multiple sclerosis, triumphing over life's challenges by faith in Jesus Christ. Part 1 of 4. June 7, 1986, I was born. God did that one for sure. My dad is a minister, so I've grown up in a Christian home. I was born in Biloxi, Mississippi, then moved to Birmingham, Alabama, and during kindergarten I moved to Gainesville, Georgia, and that's where I live now. At 8 years old, I accepted Christ into my heart, kneeling at the foot of my bed, praying with my dad. I was supposed to be baptized on Easter, which was 2 weeks away, but the baptism pool was broken, and the water was dirty. I was baptized about 4 weeks after Easter. 6th grade, I was not heading in the right direction. My first year of middle school, Christ was definitely the last thing on my mind. I wanted to be cool, of course, like everyone does in middle school. Changing from Mt. Vernon Elementary School to North Hall Middle School, I had classes with new people. I was making new friends. One of my new friends' name was Whitney. She loved to write. If she messed up, she would erase every little speck and do it over again perfectly. She had the most beautiful handwriting. When she got tickled, she would laugh her little laugh. It was so funny. She talked in such a soft, gentle voice. She would always talk about how much she loved her granddaddy and mama. She loved softball, cheerleading, reading, coloring, and shopping. She loved to sing, and she talked all the time. I went ice skating with her for her birthday. I can remember us skating really fast and sliding across the ice on our stomachs. It was fun until we got in trouble. On March 20th, a tornado hit North Hall County early in the morning. Whitney lived right in the tornado's path. She and her grandfather were found dead in a pond close to where her home was. We did not have school that day, and when I received the phone call that she was gone, I was devastated. My first new friend, gone. I was so angry and did not understand. Did I lean on God? No, I leaned on foul language and a bad attitude. January 7th, 6th grade, a Sunday night, we were on the way home from church. I was in the car with my dad and one of my friends, Allie. It was near Christmas, so me and Allie were in the back seat of my dad's white Chevrolet Celebrity singing to I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. We were driving on a 4-lane highway at around 7 at night. It was dark. There was a family crossing the road, hands linked, 2 adults, some kids. One of the girls, 7 years old, let go from the chain of hands and tried to run across the road by herself. She ran right in front of our car. There was nothing we could do. We hit her. We skidded up onto the curb. I can remember seeing her face in the headlight for a split second, her face full of terror. She looked like an angel. She skidded about 20 feet down the road. After swerving up onto the curb, my dad jumped out of the car and ran down to her. Allie and I sat in the car, shocked, scared, puzzled on what to do. Amidst the screams of horror, we got out of the car and ran to a gas station beside the road and had the lady call 911. It took about 10 minutes for the ambulance to arrive, although it seemed an eternity. By this time, my youth minister and his wife had driven by the scene and recognized my dad's car and stopped. He was doing CPR, trying to revive her, and his wife had come to get Allie and I at the gas station. As we were leaving the scene with my youth minister's wife, we drove by the ambulance and saw the girl being lifted into the ambulance on a stretcher, under a white sheet. I spent the night at my youth minister's house and didn't sleep any. I was so terrified, confused, upset, in disbelief. I did not go to school the next day. It turned out my dad had a broken nose. He later had surgery. God worked through this event in my life, although I would not realize it till much later. As I struggled with flashbacks of what had happened, the pictures in my head, hearing the screams, I rarely turned to him for comfort. I was told many times to give it to God, and I might have a couple of times, but I would take it right back from him and not trust him to take care of it for me. I had doubt in my mind, fear of God, fear of what he would put me through next. I did not trust him, I did not have faith. I blamed it on him. Well, that's a big no-no. Although this time was rough, God provided so many people to comfort me, people from church to help my family out, bring us food, so many cards and phone calls. So many times, those very people were the people that kept me going. I thank God for those people, knowing he put them in mine and my family's lives. May 7th grade, my mom and I were on our way to one of my softball games. We were driving down this little bitty road to get to the softball complex. We were behind a little truck that had a boat trailer on the back. As another truck was coming up the other side of the road, the drunk driver came over the line and hit the back wheel of the boat trailer in front of us. He then started to swerve off the road but got scared and turned back and slammed into the front of our car. The airbags came out. The chemicals from the airbags filled the car. I thought our car was on fire and started yelling for my mom to get out. Her door was all bent up, so she crawled out my door. The truck barely missed my mom's door, hitting right in front of it. If it had hit her door, she would not have lived. Our car was totaled. It broke the axle in half. My mom and I had minor injuries. I had burns on my arms from the airbags, and a bruised knee. Mom had whiplash pretty bad and was sick for a couple of days. Being involved in this wreck made me scared, well, basically of riding in cars for a while. I would be very scared of the other cars on the road, sometimes bringing myself to tears pleading with my mom or dad to slow down, when they really weren't going fast. Although it took a while, I got over this. I was just thankful to have my life and to have my mom. Since the wreck, I have been very anti-alcohol. I guess because I know firsthand what being drunk can do. This wreck was in no way our fault, but we had to suffer because of the man who was drinking. I would never want to make someone suffer like I did. I will never drink. I'm just honestly scared of it, I guess. I like to wonder what my ideas about alcohol would be if I would not have been involved in this wreck. I know God put this in my life. Maybe so I wouldn't drink, maybe for a reason I don't know yet. 7th grade summer, I picked up one of my dad's old guitars and started to learn. Throughout the summer my passion grew for the guitar. I loved to play and sing praises to God. During my whole 8th grade year, I had the opportunity to play at FCA at school on Thursday mornings. 8th grade, in the middle of February, my 8th grade year, one of my friends, Kelly, got sick and her lungs collapsed. She was in a coma at the hospital. This was surprising and shocking news to me and my friends. We spent time thinking of her, praying for her, planning her return. We knew that she would be better soon. Within 3 weeks of being in a coma, after many ups and downs in her symptoms, Kelly passed away. Wow, big shock. I just knew that she would get better. I just knew that God would pull her through. I just knew that God would give her back to us. I just knew. Because I had prayed, because I just knew. Although I thought I knew, I didn't. One of the many times God's plans weren't mine. Although this situation was not easy at all, as I look back, I know God was with not only me, but all of my friends feeling pain also. It was easy for us as a group to turn to God together. We trusted that Kelly was with him, looking down on us, that she was in a much better place. Kelly was an incredible girl, her smile never left her face. She was crazy about the pop group NSYNC and was going to marry one of the band members, Justin Timberlake. Her favorite color was baby blue, and she loved the North Carolina Tar Heels, mainly because Justin from NSYNC did. She would always encourage, never hurt. She was crazy, amazing, she loved life. She once wrote a journal entry which she described herself perfectly. Who am I really? I am just me. My friends think of me as a funny person. I know how to make people laugh and am able to laugh at myself, too. I can be serious when I need to be, but usually I think most everything is funny. I want to have a good time no matter where I am. I am usually trustworthy, especially if it's something serious. People can depend on me no matter what. I think I'm a good friend and person. I have good self-esteem because I have such good friends. They like for who I am, and I am me. Kelly passed away on March 1st, her birthday was April 18th, and we planned a memorial service for her on her birthday. We made a memorial garden with a granite bench that had her name on it. During this service I had the opportunity to play a song on my guitar. This was the first time I had really played in public. After being nervous all day, I got up to the microphone and sang my heart out, not nervous 'cause she was right there with me. It was like a song between me and her, and I knew there was no need to be nervous in front of her. The end of part 1.
Thank you for listening to this testimony. We hope it has been helpful. Now, let's briefly introduce a new book, The Surface Theory by R.G. Gibson, that presents 2 new innovative creation theories. Born from personal revelation and years of research, these 2 theories emerged from previously overlooked key words, offering profound new insights into Genesis. This book also unveils new scientific discoveries related to this topic. Prepare for a paradigm shift that makes Genesis logical, dissolving the previous barriers between faith and science. Find the key to these mysteries and many more within the pages of The Surface Theory by R.G. Gibson, available on Amazon.